Hello and welcome to episode 203 of Dark and Stormy Book Club. In honor of Black History Month, we are going to feature novels written by Black authors. Enjoy.
I'm Ann Dart.
I'm Tracy Stormy.
And I'm Kathy Knight.
And together we are
It Was a Dark and Stormy Book Club,
a podcast for mystery lovers.
Welcome.
If you enjoy our show, please consider contributing to the Dark and Stormy Patreon. By becoming a patron, you will help us create better and quality content. There are also benefits to becoming a patron, such as exclusive content and Dark and Stormy merchandise. Become a supporter at patreon.com/darkandstormybc. Check our website for the link. We appreciate any and all contributions. Thank you.
My first book is Body and Soul Food. It's by Abby Collette, and it came out from Berkley on November 9th of 2021. In this page-turning new mystery series, fraternal twins Keaton and Koby will pull double duty when they take down a killer while preparing to open their new bookstore and soul food cafe called Books and Biscuits. This is the story of Koby Hill and Keaton Rutledge. Koby and Keaton are twins. One's a boy and one's a girl, fraternal twins. Koby was raised in foster care through his entire life. And Keaton was adopted when they were orphaned. Their paths could not be more different, but they have just found each other. They've gotten back together and they are just forging a new relationship, very similar in a lot of ways, but very different in others. Koby was raised in a foster care system where he had many foster brothers and sisters. They decide to open a bookstore and soul food restaurant.
Sign me up.
I know. One side is going to be a bookstore, and then there's going to be an open area, and then the soul food cafe is going to be on the other side. Koby has become a very adept chef. He knows all the soul food recipes. He has a lot of different ideas, and he's going to open this soul food cafe. Well, Keaton, she was a librarian. And when they got back together and started finding out things that they loved, food and books were the two at the top of the list. Mama Zola is Koby's foster mother. And she raised many, many children from the streets. She was very, very hands-on. And she loved all the kids that she took in. She was a fantastic foster mother. Keaton's mother, or adoptive mother, was a clinical psychologist. And her name is Imogene. Well, Imogene and Mama Zola get together, and they're going to help start this restaurant. Mama Zola and Imogene are in cooking. One of the things that was funny was Imogene, whenever she wanted Keaton to feel better, she would make her cookies.
I would feel bad all the time if somebody would make me cookies to feel better.
Well, I don't know about this. When Mama Zola takes a bite of Imogene's cookies, she's ready to throw them in the trash. And she says right in front of Imogene, "Who made those horrible cookies?" And
well, then maybe not. Maybe I'll feel okay. You don't have to make me cookies.
Well, Mama Zola takes Imogene under her wing and teaches her how to make really good cookies. The descriptions of the food will just have your mouth watering. I mean, it is a very, very well done story. Mama Zola, she comes in and she's going to help run this place. They've got it all set up. Well, one of Koby's foster brothers, who was helping get the place started, his name was Reef, Reef. He gets murdered. At the same time that this guy gets killed, Keaton was just kind of falling for this guy. So she feels his loss. Well, they decide they have to find out who killed this kid to start their new lives together as brother and sister on an even keel with no bad vibes. So they have to find this murderer. Now, the murder isn't really that hard to figure out. It's, I would say, kind of obvious, but the dialogue is good. The book is so well done. It's laugh out loud funny in places, and it's very poignant in others. Keaton, she wants to go find answers. Koby is more reticent. He wants to stay back. He wants to find answers without going out and searching for them. They're so different. The whole story, it's warm, it's family, love, how you can build a family without having actual DNA relations, because Keaton had a wonderful upbringing with her adoptive family. Koby didn't get that. He was more on the streets. Hard knocks. He did have a good foster mother who was a woman with a big heart. She cared, brought up the kids under her charge the best way she could. It's going to be a good series. The first one is always a little bit like your training wheels.
Well, you're just getting, you're getting to know the character.
So you've got to know the characters and you've got to know the background. I think it's going to be a hit. I really do. I enjoyed the characters. The mystery was, well, not terribly hard to figure out. I can see promise for this series. I will definitely read more of these. And this is going to be called the Books and Biscuits Mystery Series, which is the name of their restaurant and bookstore.
Are there recipes in the?
No, unfortunately not.
We need to reach out. I would love some good soul food recipes.
Yes, definitely. I think that would be a very good addition. And Abby Collette is the author, and her website is abbycollette.com.
Well, my book is called All That Is Secret. When we decided to do Black authors, I thought, okay, let's take it a step further and do a Black historical novel. And this one is a good one. This is written by Patricia Raybon. It's going to also be a series. It's part of the Anna Lee Spain mystery series. And this is the first one, so you're getting in on the bottom floor. Can an amateur detective solve the cold case mystery of her lost father's murder? In the winter of 1923, Professor Anna Lee Spain, a daring but overworked theologian at a small Chicago Bible college, receives a cryptic telegram calling her home to Denver to solve the mystery of the murder of her beloved but estranged father. For the young Black woman, searching for answers in a city ruled by the KKK could mean real danger. Still, with her literary hero Sherlock Holmes as inspiration, Anna Lee launches her hunt for clues, attracting two surprising allies. Eddie, a relentless young white boy searching for his missing father, and Jack, a handsome black pastor who loves nightclub dancing and rides in his sporty car, awakening Anna Lee's heart to a surprising highs and lows of romantic love. With their help, Anna Lee follows clues that lands her among Denver's power elite. But when the sleuthing unravels sinister motives and deep secrets, Anna Lee confronts the dangerous truths and beliefs that could make her a victim too. This book, if there's a way for a mystery book to be a sheer delight, this is this book. Oh my goodness, I loved every character in this book. The book opens up that Anna Lee is living in the city. She's barely scraping by. She's living in a boarding house. Mrs. Stallworth owns this boarding house. Well, one of her true joys was to go and cook with Mrs. Stallworth. She would give her advice. I wish I had a Mrs. Stallworth in my life. On the night that she knew she was going to be leaving because she had received a cryptic note, a little boy who delivered the note, he's very disheveled. Of course, Anna Lee Spain is black. This little boy is white. And come to find out, he's pretty much an orphan. She brings him in, she feeds him, cleans him up a little bit, and she gives him a little bit of money, like a couple dimes. But back then, a couple dimes, her father was a cowboy. He was on a train and ended up being thrown off the train. So she's going to Denver to try to find out who did this to her father. Even though it's a mystery, it's a lot like a little bit of a caper too. So there's a lot of, they're on a journey, there's things happening. She almost gets murdered on the train. Well, come to find out, the little boy's name is Eddie. He's stowed away on the train, actually saves Anna Lee's life by stabbing the guy who attacked her on the train. So there's a lot of stuff like that. One of my real joys of this book was every chapter she had a quote from one of the Sherlock Holmes novels. So I really looked forward to those. This was just such a well done book. And you really got to see the difference in the classes. Also, I learned something. I did not know that back in the 1920s that Denver was a hotbed for the KKK.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it was apparently really rampant there. I think that as this series progresses, that Anna Lee will grow into the role, and there's just so much good to say about this book. She goes undercover as a maid for this wealthy white family to try to gather some intel. And then there's the whole love story between her and the preacher. And he's a delight too. I kind of fell a little bit in love with him also. I thought Patricia did a good job of integrated some faith. She didn't shove it down your throat, but it was nice. It was, you got a little moral lessons in there and a lot of church going, but it was very well done. Patricia, this is a quote from her website, a writer of faith by day and mysteries by night, because she has a lot of nonfiction books, faith-based writings. I think she's found her niche with these mysteries, so I hope she keeps them up. Patricia's website is patriciaravon.com, so definitely go check her out. I absolutely loved everything about this book.
Sounds like a good one. When did that come out? Do you know?
October of 2021.
Very good. We're going to the dark side.
Uh-oh.
Saving Ruby King is written by Catherine Adele West. It's put out by Park Row, and it came out in June of 2020. Set in the south side of Chicago, an epic, enthralling story of a young woman determined to protect her best friend